Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense that's just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
First down, Watson. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Watson. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. stick to the ground game with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christine Michael. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll try the air now with Locke. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shift together here from the D-line. On first down, it's Gurley. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. He juked him. Oh, nice move. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first and 10, Locke. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Faking the give. Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Carry now for Miller. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Here's Watson, and he's got Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the Colts coming out now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st down, it's Locke. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And unsuccessful there trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Colts send out their punter. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. And The kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December
more football
early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Again, it's Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They'll run with Miller. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by Miller. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Fresh set of downs here. They go back to the ground now with Miller. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Ohio.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So, okay, let's not waste any more time, or certainly any more of Larry's time. Let's play ball. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Second down now after the incompletion. Here's Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Third down now following the run. Out of the gun, Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley, no gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
third quarter and you've got the lead, you're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Come on, let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Watson underneath for Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. Ryan 38. Flex round.
Now it's Miller. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go. White 90. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. White 90. Ohio. Here we go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to throw, Watson. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The throw on 2nd down is Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And they will score. a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll fake it. Now Love. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Sammy Hill breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Back now here on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans take possession. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So 2nd and 10 here. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. Quick move by Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 50, it's Watson. He's letting this one go. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second and 10, Luck again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Here's Ellington. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try to keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
To throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Miller, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Here we go. 38.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Second down following the run. Love. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. The Colts on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off of play action. Luck. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brandon Dunn in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Ellington now to return it. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll toss it to Miller. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is. And what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Texans, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.